All right, let's talk about how to find a really great dog trainer for you and your dog right here in San Marcos. Living here with a dog is pretty awesome. Between the river, the trails, and just the whole vibe of the town, there's always something to do. But all that fun also means our dogs need to be ready for, well, pretty much anything. And getting the right training can make all the difference. So, first up, we're going to talk about training specifically for the San Marcos environment and why having a local trainer is such a good idea. I mean, think about a typical weekend. You might be navigating the busy sidewalks at Rio Vista Park, trying to stay calm during a festival on the square, or just needing some quiet focus in your apartment. A local trainer gets this. They understand our leash laws and they know how to prepare your dog for the unique energy of this town. Okay, next, let's get personal. We need to pinpoint what you and your dog actually need to work on. It really helps to get specific here. So take a moment and really think about this. What are you hoping to achieve? Answering this question honestly is going to be your best guide for finding a trainer who's the perfect fit. Maybe you just need help with the basics, or maybe it's something more specific, like your dog pulling your arm off on walks. It could be barking, jumping on guests, all the classic stuff. Or you might be dealing with something more complex, like reactivity. The clearer you are, the easier it is to find a trainer who specializes in exactly that. And then there's the practical side of things. How is this all going to fit into your life? You have to think about your schedule, of course, but also about where the behaviors you want to change are actually happening. You've got options. In-home lessons are fantastic for things that happen at home, like barking at the doorbell. Group classes are wonderful for learning around other dogs. And then there are more intensive choices, like day training or a board and train program. Each one has its place. It just depends on your goals and how involved you can be. All right, this part's really important. How do you spot a qualified professional trainer? Hayes County doesn't require any special licenses, so the responsibility is really on us to know what to look for. You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. All it means is that the trainer focuses on rewarding your dog for making good choices. This builds a confident dog who wants to learn, which is so much more effective than methods that rely on correction or punishment. So what about all those letters you sometimes see after a trainer's name? They aren't just for show. They tell you a whole lot about a trainer's education and their commitment to their craft. When you see credentials like these, it means that trainer has put in the work. They've passed rigorous exams, they've studied animal behavior, and they've made a commitment to use modern, humane, and effective methods. It's a real sign of professionalism. Okay, so once you've found a few trainers that look promising, it's basically interview time. You've got to ask the right questions to find the perfect match. These 4 questions will tell you almost everything you need to know. You want to hear them talk about positive reinforcement. You want to know they have credentials. You want to make sure they're creating a plan for your specific dog, not just a one-size-fits-all program. And, of course, you want clear upfront pricing. All right, let's talk about the investment. What does professional dog training typically cost around here? It's good to have a realistic idea of what to expect. So as a baseline, a single private lesson where the trainer comes to you for about an hour, hour and a half is usually going to be in that $100 to $170 range. That's for that focused one-on-one help. And as you can see, the prices really vary based on the format. Group classes are often the most budget-friendly option. Then you have packages of private lessons. At the top end, you have the very intensive board and train programs, which are a much bigger investment for more significant training needs. And now for the best part. After all that work, it's time to get out there and practice. This is where you really get to see the results and enjoy our town together. And we've got some amazing places to do it. You can work on your dog's recall at the dog park, practice those polite leash skills at Purgatory Creek, and head down to Rio Vista to work on staying calm with all the activity. It's one thing to get a perfect sit in your living room. It's a whole other challenge to get it on a busy Saturday by the river. Because that's really what this is all about. It's about having a dog that can confidently join you in all parts of your life here, from a quiet morning at home to a busy afternoon at the park with all your friends. Good luck on your training journey. The effort you put in now will open up so many doors for you and your dog to enjoy this fantastic city together.